students. So in the last class we discussed about how the heart pumps the blood. So now we will move on to the next concept, circulation. There are two types of circulations, single circulation, double circulation. Okay. Children, now we will discuss about how the blood circulated. There are two types of circulations. One is single circulation, another one is double circulation. Single means what? One. Everyone knows. Single means one. Double means two. So it conveys some meaning. So single means it related to one. Double means related to two. So first I want to explain about single circulation. So let me give the definition of single circulation. Remember children, if the blood flows through the heart once in one complete circulation, then that is called as single circulation. So let me say once again, if the blood flows through the heart once, okay, in one complete circulation, then that circulation we can say as a single circulation. Okay. So see, for example, single circulation we can see in a fish. So the heart in the fish is called as single circuit heart. Okay, the blood moves only once through the heart. Once it enters, just it passed away, that's all. So in this way, in a one complete circulation, blood flows how many times children? Only once. So that's what this circulation we can say as a single circulation. Okay. So now the definition of double circulation, I think easily you can define. What is double circulation? If the blood flows through the heart twice, okay, twice in one complete circulation, then that is called as double circulation. Simple definition. So once again, if the blood flows through the heart twice in one complete circulation, then that is called as double circulation. Okay. So double circulation we can see in all higher animals. So let me explain about it. Okay. Yeah, as I said, double circulation, double means two now. So if the blood flows through the heart twice in one complete circulation, that is called as double circulation. Generally double circulation we can see in all higher chordates like amphibians, reptiles, aves and mammals. So let me explain you in a brief manner. See, as we discussed, generally blood collected from body parts into the right auricle. From right auricle it enters into right ventricle. From right ventricle it goes directly to the lungs. In this way one circulation completed. Okay. In the second time, see, again from lungs it bring back towards the left auricle. From left auricle it enters into left ventricle. From left ventricle again it enters into body parts. So this is second circulation. In this way, first time right side. So remember here, complete right side heart consists which blood children? Deoxygenated blood. So this blood directly goes to the lungs from the right ventricle. So one time the blood flows towards the right side. Second time what happened, after reaching the lungs it was oxygenated and again bring back. So you have to understand, left side completely which blood is present? Oxygenated blood. So from the lungs it enters into left auricle to left ventricle. From left ventricle it supplied to all parts of the body. So in the first circulation blood goes to lungs. So this circulation we can also say as pulmonary circulation. So remember children, pulmonary means related to lungs. Okay, as the blood is carried away to the lungs with the help of pulmonary artery, and this circulation we can say as a pulmonary circulation. Whereas here now from lungs it was bring back towards left side. From left side, left auricle to left ventricle. Now left ventricle to it enters into all parts of the body through systemic artery. That's what this circulation we can say as systemic circulation. So in this way blood flows right side one time, left side one time. So how many times the blood flow here? Two times. That's what this circulation we can see as a double circulation. So tell me now, human beings, even including in our body also which circulation we can find children? Double circulation. Okay. So that's what our heart also called as double circuit heart. Okay. So this is about the types of the circulation. Okay. So now we move on to a new concept, lymphatic system. What is this lymphatic system? Actually our topic is transportation. Then why we are discussing lymphatic system here? Because it is also part of the transportation or circulation. How both were connected? So let me explain. So before that, there is a small question. Why do our legs swell? So generally during long journey time, if you sit continuously for more hours, more than 6-7 hours, you can see your foot size somewhat increases, right? It going to swell. Why? So accumulation of something in your foot. What is that something? You know, that something is nothing but a fluid, which is also called tissue fluid. So today we are going to discuss about what is this tissue fluid, how this tissue fluid connected with the lymphatic system. So before that, first you have, up to this you understood, from when heart pumps the blood, it enters into arteries. Okay, from arteries finally it reaches the capillaries. So as I said, capillaries are the very fine blood vessels. So finally capillaries connected with the veins. Okay, so as I said, capillaries are used to connect the arteries with veins. So as we know, arteries means blood vessel. How it will be, children? Like a tube-like structure. Capillary means very fine tubule, which we can't able to see with the naked eye. We can see only with the help of microscope. So arteries divided into capillaries. Again capillaries combine together and form as a veins. So how they will join, how they were connected, children? In the house generally you have tubes to supply the water, to carry the waste water from sink towards the drainage. How those tubes were connected? So with the help of, there is some specific structures are present to join those tubes. Okay, sometimes we can see some leakages will happen, so water maybe will flows out of it. But here naturally arteries divided into fine tubules. Those tubules together again form as a fine tubules, capillaries. All capillaries again together form as a veins. So where they were jointed each other, definitely some leakages are going to happen. Okay, here the capillaries are the very fine blood vessels. When they join together veins, meanwhile from the blood, actually what arteries will carry? Blood, no? So from the blood, which are required for cells, some what we can say nutrients, some nutrients along with the blood sometimes flows out of the blood vessels. Okay, so that fluid we can say as a tissue fluid. Okay, some we can say some liquid portion of the blood along with the nutrients will flows out of the capillaries. Okay, so that fluid we can say as a tissue fluid. So this tissue fluid who will carry back? Veins. Okay, the tissue fluid will be again carried back by the veins towards the heart. But during that time, sometimes the whole tissue fluid can't be carried away by the veins. So some fluid will be left over. So that leftover fluid will be carried away by the lymphatic system. Along with the veins, children, side of the veins we have another system of tubes called as lymphatic system. Lymphatic system consists lymphatic vessels or lymph vessels. Okay, so same how blood vessels are there, the lymphatic system consists lymph vessels. Okay, so these lymph vessels will carry the excess waste, and where it will carry? It can't carry directly towards the heart, children. It was connected to the veins. Okay, that's what we can say. It is a parallel system to the venous system. It is a supportive hand to the vein system. Okay, did you understand? The leftover fluid is collected and again it is sent into the veins only finally. In this way it is useful to give some additional support to the veins. So that's what we can say, it is a parallel system to the venous system. Okay, and mainly the lymph, it's a vital link. The lymph is the vital link between the blood and tissues. Okay, so this lymph consists, whatever the leftover fluid from the tissue fluid we can say as a lymph, children. Lymph actually meaning is water. Lymph is a Latin word which means water. It is a watery substance which consists of nutrients. Okay, it is a connecting link between the blood and the tissues. So what it will do generally, it carry all essential substances from blood into cells, and if any waste is there in the cells, again it will send back that waste into the blood. In this way, lymph play a vital role like a link between the blood and the tissues. Once again, lymph is a Latin word which means water. Okay, it is a supportive system to the venous system. Indirectly, it helps to the veins to carry the excess waste which is present inside the surrounding of the cells and the tissues. Okay, so this is about the lymphatic system. So now we move on to the last concept of the today class, evaluation of the transport system. We move on to the evaluation of the transport systems. So evaluation means a process of development. So generally when you talk about organisms, so already as per the classification we used to generally discuss about animals are divided into invertebrates and vertebrata, right? Invertebrata means which do not have vertebral column. Vertebrata means which have vertebral column. You already knows that. In already 9th standard you learnt what are invertebrata. Invertebrata again divides into how many phyla? Anyone knows about it? It's total 9 phyla. How many phyla? 9 phyla. So do you know? So let me say Protozoa, Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Nematohelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata. Okay. So these are the 9 phyla present in the invertebrata. So when you talk about vertebrata, vertebrata divides into how many phyla? 5 phyla. Pisces, amphibians, reptiles, aves, mammals. So when you talk about the evolution process, right from protozoa till the mammals, how the system was developed. Okay. So in a brief you have some information in your textbook. So let me start. So basically we also divide them into uni and multicellular. Unicellular means single cellular organisms. Okay. So this again divides into protozoa. One of the unicellular is protozoa. So actually protozoans, best example amoeba. These all animals actually came from the seawater. So from the seawater they form a separate membrane and bacteria was developed. Like that, as we all know that the first living organism in the world was a cyanobacteria. It is developed or originated from the seawater only. So once the materials are going to transport, what they require something has to push or pull them. Then only the material can able to move. Okay. So here protozoans, when I talk about amoeba, protozoa best example amoeba. In the amoeba, how the nutrients will transport, you know, so they move something differently with the help of their pseudopodia. So those movements we call as Brownian movements. What we call Brownian movements. In the primary classes already you learned, they have pseudopodia which are used to move. Okay. So and what is the transportation process in all simple or unicellular or protozoans? Simple process, diffusion. They do not have any specific system for either digestion or excretion or transportation. So by using diffusion process only, with the help of Brownian movements, the materials will transport into the body and out of the body. So when you go for the next phyla in invertebrata, Porifera. So best example for Porifera, sponges. Even sponges also do not have any specific transportation system. Okay, by using their flagella, the flagella used to beat and then they produce some current. By that the materials will move from into the body and out of the body. Okay, the next phyla, Cnidarians. Okay, Coelenterata also called as Cnidarians. Best example Hydra and jellyfish. The next phyla, Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes best example flatworm. Okay, flatworm scientific name is Fasciola hepatica. Fasciola hepatica. So here very interesting, the digestive system supply food to all cells. For example, in our body what happen? food enters into digestive system. After digestion, it's sent to the blood. Blood will supply to all parts of the body, right? But here, directly digestive system only will supply to each and every cell of the body. So digestive system have many branches. Each branch is connected with every cell of the body that will directly supply food to the cells. In the same manner, excretory system also having many branches. It collects food from all cells of the body. So, especially in platyhelminthic organisms, whole body is, consists digestive system and excretory system only. One is used to supply the materials and one is used to collect the materials. Okay. The next one, Nematihelminthes. Best example, Nematihelminthes, roundworms. Okay. So, they have pseudocoelom. Pseudo means what? False. There is no specific coelom. Some pseudocoelom is present. The pseudocoelom play vital role in the transportation of the materials. Okay. Next one, Annelida. So, from Annelida onwards, some pulsatile organ was developed. What is pulsatile organ, children? Heart. Okay. So, first heart we can find in annelids. Annelida best example, earthworm. Okay. So, you know, earthworm have 8 pairs of heart. In the sense 16 hearts. But those are not original heart like our well developed heart like structures. Each earthworm have 8 pairs of heart. Okay. So, the first pulsatile organ we can find in annelids. Okay. So, then with the help of that pulsatile organ, then the materials will move or substances will passes into the blood vessels. Okay. The next one, Arthropoda. Arthropoda best example, insects. Okay. So, insects, among the insects one of the best example, cockroach. Cockroach have 13 chambered heart. We have how many chambers, children? 4 chambers only. But whereas cockroach have how many chambers, you know? 13 chambers. But small chambers which are not original chambers. Not like our well developed heart, but their heart is small but having 13 chambers. Okay, in this way from Annelida, Arthropoda and even mollusca, best example snail. These all organisms having some pulsatile organ for pulsating or pumping the blood. When I talk about last Echinodermata, Echinodermata have water vascular system for the transportation of the materials. Okay. So, now when you talk about chordata, chordata have definitely they are very well developed organism. So, 100% well developed heart is present in all chordates. So, let me discuss about the hearts or the evaluation of hearts in the chordates. So, let me say in chordates, children. So, in the chordates, basically I said chordata have 5 phyla. Okay, Pisces, amphibians, reptiles, aves and mammals. So, Pisces belong nothing but fishes. So, fish. So, in all fish it consists only 2 chambers, children. So, how many chambered heart present in fishes? 2 chambered heart. Okay. Now, when we talk about amphibians, best example, frogs. Frogs consist 3 chambered heart. So, you can see the diagram also. Pisces, 1 auricle, 1 ventricle. Whereas, when you talk about amphibians, 2 auricles, but ventricle is only 1. So, 3 chambered heart. So, when you talk about reptiles, best example, snakes, tortoise, etc. So, these animals have 2 auricles, but ventricles were partially divided. Okay. So, partially divided 4 chambered heart. But in some reptiles 4 chambered heart is present, but majority of the reptiles partially divided 4 chambered heart, in the sense 2 auricles was clearly divided, whereas ventricles were partially divided. Okay. Whereas aves nothing but birds. Okay, all type of birds and mammals. So, all which have the mammary glands all are called as mammals. So, best example, human beings, cows, pigs, majority of animals. So, aves and mammals having completely divided 4 chambered heart. Okay, this is the well developed heart. It have 2 auricles, 2 ventricles, all chambers were clearly divided. Okay. So, in this way in all higher animals also the heart evaluated from 2 chambered heart to 4 chambered heart. And finally, the conclusion, one more way we can divide circulatory system into two types: open type circulatory system, closed type circulatory system. What is open? Generally we open, okay, something, if you open something we can say open. Closed means it is a something in a closed area. So open means here no blood vessels, blood directly flows into body cavity, okay. Such kind of circulatory system we can say as a open type. Best example we can see in Arthropoda and many molluscans and some lower chordates. So in all those animals blood directly flows into the body cavity, whereas in higher animals blood flows in closed circuits, nothing but blood vessels. So blood flows in a blood vessels. Such type of circulatory system we can say as a closed type. So all higher chordates, even but earthworm also belongs to closed type of circulatory system, okay. So this is about the concept of evaluation of the transport system. I hope you understood the concept. So in a glance try to answer what is single circulation and what is double circulation, what is cardiac cycle, what is systole and what is diastole, and what is open type of circulatory system, and give some examples, and what is closed type of circulatory system, and give some examples for the closed type of circulatory system. So try to check answers for all the questions which are given, okay. So if you really answer, so you really are good at concept, or else thoroughly once again you check the concept, okay.